time for Friday night car browsing. Let's find some stuff that I don't need and don't have money for. Maybe you guys do. So let's get to it. What looks interesting? What looks cool? What would you buy? What would I buy? What do we dream about? It's all about the hunt. About finding cars that, hey, maybe we could swing, maybe we can't. But we like them nonetheless. This is interesting. Ford 75 Ford F-150. That is pretty clean. Check out the front hood. Dwarf. Someone rearranged the letters. That's freaking cool. So this car can be yours for $2,500. So it was listed 36 weeks ago. It has a wiring problem. Wiring problems can be easily fixed, especially in these old cars. Look at that. That looks. I don't know if that was a Datsun and Ford branded it. It almost looks like a Datsun pickup from the same era. It looks clean as hell though. Man, that would make a pretty good cruiser. Let's save that one for later. Alright, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, someone's got a Model A chassis for sale for $1,500. It's got some wheels, it's got a motor, and a bare chassis. $1,500 is a lot of money for that sucker. Let's see. Oh, and it's got a spare drivetrain with it. I wonder why the info is not populating over there on the right. It could be the basis for a good hot rod. Yeah. We shall see. Alright, this is really catching my eye right here. 72 Monte Carlo, $8,900. Barn find, 36,000 miles. Does run, but will need brake work. Very solid. All glass is good. Original trim pieces. Door panels in excellent shape. 36,000 original miles, man. That looks pretty good. Damn, those bumpers are nice. So is that grill. It looks super straight. Looks like the vinyl top and all the trim has been taken away, so there's probably some rot up in there. Hey, it looks like he took the trim off and put it in the trunk. Dang, the trunk lid is solid and nice. Looks like they pulled up the carpet. The floor looks pretty good in there. It's got the floor mats there. The bench seat looks pretty decent, man. This looks like the stock 350 air conditioning. It's got that huge shroud on it. These things had the mile-long hood on them. Look at that. That looks really cool. That dash looks like it's in super good shape. Yeah, did I go through all the pictures there? There's another front shot. Damn, that bumper looks super straight. Hey, for $8,900, that is not a bad looking car, man. That trunk looks super solid. Looks like it could have the original rear spare tire in there. Look at the door jambs. They look really, really solid. There's a little bit of rust right there. You can see there the floor, man. They took the carpet up, so the floor looks like really solid. I wonder what the bottoms of the doors look like on that car. But for $8,900, that might be a pretty decent deal. These Monte Carlos can command a pretty good dollar. Alright, let's see what $15,000 buys us here in a 50 Plymouth sedan delivery. That's pretty cool. It's got the pop open back there. Red rims with white walls. That looks pretty cool. A little contrast there. Converted to 12 volt. Motor has new bearings, new oil pump. That looks pretty cool. Man, that was pretty sharp. That glass is like super sharp. Yeah, for 15 grand, it should be pretty freaking nice. I like it. Let's see what else. What does a 51 Chevrolet Custom look like? It's got a Tidal 6-cylinder transmission. Parked in a barn for 30 years. Quite possible. Yeah, that thing's been sitting forever. Look how dirty that is, man. Look at all the crap up in here, and I'm sure the wiring harness is shot. 30,000 bucks, maybe that's worth it. Let's see what else looks pretty cool. Looks like the guy raised this price on this car. It was $8,500 last week. I wonder if he had a change of heart. Yeah, we looked at this before. Excuse me. That looks like a boat. Tramp, Bonneville. 51 Chevy. Sitting on airbags. Mustang 2 front end with rack and pinion. 96 Impala SS disc brake rear end. A Watts 4-link setup in the back. Yeah. Check that out. I don't know what to think of that. Looks like the guy did some work to the chassis and stuff, but that body looks, those rockers are pretty beat. Alright, let's go to something else here. Alright, someone needs to buy this Econoline. He keeps dropping it. It's just a roller. He's been sitting on this for a year now. Yeah, this thing is pretty stripped out. Let me check that out. There's no gauges, no nothing in there. The firewall is bare. No headlights, no nothing. Yeah, that's a big project. Ooh, another Monte Carlo, 70 this time. So the other one was, I think it was 8,900. This one's 8 grand. Motor needs hooked up. No rust. Let's see. This thing's looks like a lot of work's been done to it, maybe. At least it's been primered. Yeah, this thing's in. The other car was mostly drivable, almost drivable according to the pictures, but shoot, that one needs a lot more work than the other one did that we just looked at. Let's see here. What else is catching my eye here? How about 78 vet? 6 grand. T-tops. Don't leak. Headlights work. Fremont Cruise with no problems last year. Yeah. He's doing a little bit of a burnout in that picture. $6,000. Maybe not a bad deal. I don't know much about vets, but that could be for you. Alright, let's see what else we got here. 66 GTO. Driven 10,000 miles. It says parts. He's trying to sell some interior pieces for $500. Yeah, you ain't getting to get a GTO for $500 for sure. That's no fooling there. Alright, let's see what else we got here. What's this dude got for a Honda? Like a motorcycle parts. Or for maybe a ATV. Eh. And now here's a 68 Chevy box truck. All aluminum, so dang, that thing's pretty freaking big. Probably got a big 350 in it. Not much details on that ad, so can't tell you much about that. Alright, 56 Thunderbird convertible two-door. Runs and drive, need restored, have enough parts to build another car. Many parts still in the box. That's actually a sharp car. Dude, that would make a really cool cruiser. Really cool cruiser. Yeah. For 15 grand, man, it better be. It's got the removable hardtop, convertible. Look, it's even got a Continental kit on the back with crazy wide bumper and everything. Shoot. Somebody better go get that. Oh, 1930 Ford GT. So it looks like a Model A actually. 15 grand. Runs good. Many extras. It doesn't say anything more than that. So let's move on. What else looks kind of cool to me? Hey, if you're there watching live, say hi on the chat if you can figure it out. Am I missing something here? Passing by something you want to see? Just let me know. 34 Ford BB. Completely restored. 90 horsepower flathead. Dang, 10 grand. And you get it in pieces. Some assembly required. I don't know about that one. A BB, I think, is a truck, if I'm not mistaken. So you get a truck. Put it back together for 10 grand. '69 Blazer. Came out of South Carolina, bought it in Tennessee. Needs some sheet metal work. Yeah. You might say that. Where's the fenders? Oh, there we are. Yeah, that's a cool looking truck, man. Not bad. I wonder what state it's in now. Looks like he's done some work on the chassis. It looks like make a reasonable offer. $12,500 is the starting price, so if that car's for you, go get it. And not for me. Let's see what else we got here. $1,500 '75 Corvette. No title. Whole car minus the bumpers. Man, that thing's pretty trashed. For $1,500, I guess, what do you expect? I wonder if he even has the doors for that sucker. Alright, let's see what else is out there. Let's see, we got a 53 Chevy. Yeah. 1980 Virago. Project bike, doesn't run now. All new lights. Eh? Okay, keep on moving. 73 Triumph. Alright. 64 Beetle. Tub body. All the parts for it. Dash seats to put it back together. Was gonna redo it, but I don't have the money. Make an offer. $600. Damn, he's got some 4x4 wheels on there. Dune buggy body. Looks like he's got the gas tank piled up there. And the dang, what kind of motor is that? That doesn't look like a V-dub motor. Unless it's one that I don't recognize. But looks like he's got boxes of parts for it. You can see the trans is just sitting there, so he's got the engine out of it, but yeah, the engine's backwards. This is the flywheel right here that hooks up to the trans, and he looks like he's got the heads off of it, and here's you see the pistons hanging out there. So, dude, this thing's like totally apart. He's asking $800 for it, so probably take it for what it's worth. That thing is in pieces. Who knows if the dude has all the parts for it. Alright, 68 Coronet. Yeah, you're only getting the engine there. It's a 383 that goes into a Coronet for $850. I don't know if we looked at this before. I've told you guys about. John says talk louder. Hey, alright, maybe I am kind of mumbling, but it is late. We're late. Yeah, we're about half hour late. We usually do it at 8 o'clock. Interior is in perfect condition, sitting for 8 years. It was wrecked. Let's see the picture of the wreck. Is that what he's talking about right there? I don't know. That's a nice headliner. Decent seats. I mean, he has to get the key made. His father's not able to tell him where he put it. $3,900 or best offer. Oh boy. I wonder if the dude can get a clear title to that. Maybe, maybe not. Alright, maybe we saw that Corvair before. I don't know. We'll see. I can't remember sometimes. Alright, anything else look cool here? Do we see anything? Alright, here's a 61 Beetle. This dude's not selling. He wants a column that fits it. How do you like those ads that trick you into looking into it and then they're looking for something? I don't know. Put a looking for a want to ad. Well, John, we looked at Monte Carlo. We looked at some really cool Monte Carlos. Dude, so check this out. This Monte Carlo up here. This one for $8,900. I think this one looks totally killer. Solid. Well, now that I look at that front fender, that doesn't look so solid. But look at the chrome, the bumpers, the grill. Even the quarters look like they could be good. This is worth a shot, worth a look. But anyway, we will continue to scroll down here, see what else we can find. Um, all right, I think we were down right about here last time I scrolled up just to look. That was the Monte Carlo stood out in my mind because I like Monte Carlos. My parents had a couple of Monte Carlos, and I remember driving the one Monte Carlo they had to work. The car drove really great. Just a regular 350 2-barrel. Great car. The thing drove. It floated over the road. Really great. All right. And then here's another 29 AA. Tires are good or bad. The motor is froze. Does not have a title for it, so forget about it. Oh, dang. So I look at one Monte Carlo and look at all the other ones that pop up. This one's another 72. 67,000 miles. AC, solid, numbers matching car. Yeah, that's really pretty. It's got the black vinyl top. Mulsanne blue. Black interior. Looks like it's in really good shape. Little bit of tweak right here in the bumper. You see how that backup light isn't parallel? I wonder what happened on that bumper. That could be replaced, of course, but that paint, I don't think that picture belongs there. Check that out. That's actually a very nice car. 22,000, man. I think that bumper ought to be pristine. But all right, let's see what else is out there. Okay. Let's see. Is anybody else out there? Stop at whatever car. Do I want to look at something on here on the list? Do you see something that catches your eye that I'm passing by? Let me know. Because we're just hanging out looking at cars. It's about the hunt. Finding a car, going and getting it, loading it up on a trailer, whatnot, taking it home. It's all about the dreams, sell the dream. You know, sell the dream. What would that car be if it was in pristine condition? Does the guy have the chops to fix it up and get it back on the road? Let's see here. Is there anything else here? It looks like slim pickings here. I mean, I'm not. Yeah. So, here's a story about a car that I had a chance to own for a very brief period. I'm gonna show you guys a picture of it. Oops. So yeah, John reminded me, R.I.P. Bud. So I had a 66 Pontiac that I owned for a very short time. And, oops. I owned for a short time. I sold it to this old timer named Bud. And I should find the picture before I show you all my pictures in my album here. But anyway, I had a 66 Pontiac Tempest. I had all the intentions of fixing it up and working on it and not restoring it, but getting it to be a driver, because it was never like that type of car that it needed work. You could restore it and get it to a very nice car, but anyway, his son called me the other day, and he asked me a question on the car. The car, actually, he said that his dad was Bud, passed away, and so he bought the car from me in May, and Bud passed away in last November. So, he had the car for like 6 months. Didn't do anything with it, but he got it off the trailer, put it in the garage, and there it sat. So, alright, I'm trying to find it here. Anyway, the story is I could buy it back from him for the same price that he paid for it. Probably not. I'm not gonna do that, I don't think. But anyway, the guy was kind of cool. I think he was in his 80s from what I remember, and all right, let's see if we can get this picture up here. Yeah, he was in his 80s from what I remember, and what the hell is that? He bought this. This is a 66 Tempest. Not a GTO, not a Le Mans, but a Tempest. Pretty decent car, honestly. And I could buy it back if I really wanted to for the same price. The guy that I bought it from, he had a body shop, and he started working on it. Now, I really wished he hadn't started, working on it. He sanded down this side and primed it with some epoxy primer, and it kind of killed the whole vibe to the car. Because if you look at this side, this is how the rest of the car looked. It was basically had some patina on it, still wore the original paint. He started working on it and then quit. But anyway, but the old timer that bought this car off me, he was, in his 80s. He was right up to the end, like John said. It was following the hunt. He was looking for cars. I don't know how many cars this dude owned, but it was probably maybe he owned a dozen cars or something. He was telling us about Porsches that he owned and whatnot and all that. But this car, I don't know. I kind of think maybe I should think about it, but this is the car right here that I'm all about. And if you watch one of my other videos, you'll hear about the story about this car. But I had this car, this Le Mans, for a little while, very short time. I didn't do it much to it at all, but poor Bud, he put this car away with the intentions of fixing it up, driving it. I think the story was with him is that he was mostly like a guy that was into foreign cars. I think he liked Porsches and some other foreign cars like that, maybe Jaguars, whatnot. But he liked this car, and I think the story was, I don't know if it was true, but with his late wife, one of his first dates was in a car like this. And I could be getting him confused with another fellow that we know that's looking for a 66 GTO. But anyway, this car was relatively solid. I mean, the interior was if you see this dash pad, it was really really nice, pristine, believe it or not, really clean. That's my 57. I'm looking to see if I can find more pictures of that Tempest. I can't find any now, but anyway, for him, he liked hunting for cars and putting them away, and with hopes of one day getting to them and fixing them up. That's part of the fun of this hobby, is just finding yourself a car and something that you like, and getting it and tinkering on it here and there, maybe jumping into an all-out rebuild, whatnot. But they held a lot of memories. Like that 66 reminded me of the 67 that I had way back in the day. And maybe I'll make a video on that as far as the goat that I used to have back in the day. I bought that car when I was like 16 years old, and I'd fallen in love with GTOs because of a car show I went to with my dad. And I saw a triple black 67 goat, and man, that thing, I really loved that. I really wanted one, so I found one, bought it for $800. It needed a ton of work, and anyway, it taught me a lot, how to work on cars, etc. But yeah, everybody has a story, memories they have with the car, things that they've done, and it brings back good times, bad times, whatever. But everybody, like, that's the hunt is a lot what it's about. It's like going after finding the car, getting a decent deal on it, etc. All right, let's go back to looking at a few cars before we're already at 31 minutes right now, but this is a project. It says read the ad. Previous owner had since 73, been sitting in the garage since 80. Body is good, trunk lid doors. Front fenders were NOS at some point. It has Flintstone floors. I have the pans. No seats. It could be a great gas or drag or a weekend project. It has a good title. $7,500. I mean, I don't know. PM if interested. Keep scrolling if my price doesn't meet your standards. I wonder if he has a small block that's apart, has most of the trim pieces, West Coast seamless frame. He did say this is a Flintstone car, which is true. Look at the floors. This is $7,500 for a two-door Chevy. Probably not a bad price. Yeah, the trunk, except for here, man, it's pretty rotted there. I don't know if these quarters are original or what, but they look pretty good. The fenders look good. The trunk lid doors, I mean. Okay, there's the engine bay. So maybe it doesn't have looks like it doesn't have any wheel wells on it. Is that a power steering pump right there? Just sitting there? It looks like it is. Yeah, that quarter looks really good, actually. Fairly good. I wonder if it was replaced at one point. But for a two-door Chevy 57, looks pretty fair, right? I mean, the floors are garbage, but those are replaceable. It looks like there could be a little rot here in the rocker panel. Overall, not too shabby. I've seen a lot worse for $7,500. A lot worse. All right, what else we got here? Nothing else we haven't seen. I gotta get this corn picker here. All right, let's see here. Let's pull back to all vehicles and see if we can't find anything here. I don't know. That looks to be most of it. We're at 34 minutes here. I feel like we haven't looked at hardly anything. Let's see what this looks like, if it will bring up. 55 Mercury Monterey. That's pretty cool. I like that. like that grill there. That looks pretty cool. That looks pretty rotten, man. Look at that down through the door in the corner, or the rocker panel. Shit. Yeah, we might have to call it for the night, man. There is not a whole lot here. That's it. That's funny too, because man, I thought there would be a ton of cars to look at. See, we already said that. Yeah, we're gonna have to call it. There is not a lot for sale out there right at the moment, or it's just not appearing in my my search here. So marketplace is really funny like that. Like they'll show you stuff, and then you can't even go back and find it sometimes if you don't put a save button on it. So, and I don't know how it works, but man, like sometimes there's just like you can see stuff that's been out there for weeks and see it for the first time. Like, why the hell didn't they show this to me before? And when we have this to filter within 100 miles, but we could actually go. We could go 250. I'm sure it'll show us more. Like if you want to go to Sturgis, Michigan, you can get this 67 Berry Mini for $17.50. Yeah, maybe. I mean, we're in the dead of winter too, so selling cars is, this weather is kind of sucks for selling cars, but people that are selling cars at this time of year are either desperate or they're just looking for a few bucks. But I don't know, it's not the right time to sell a car, but if you're buying, you could probably pick up a pretty decent deal. All right, I'm thinking we find one more car, we look at it and call it a night. There's not really much here. I'm just looking for something interesting that catches my eye. So Alright, over to the 68 Firebird. Numbers matching, bent valve, 350. I'm not the seller, so please don't message me. My friend is not tech savvy. Call him. Here's his number. He's in Columbus. Thank you. Better pictures coming. $12,000 takes this car. Not a whole lot of pictures. I mean, it's just a pretty beat up 68 Firebird. 350 V8. Alright. I don't know what to say, guys, but it seems like it hasn't been much, but there you have it. Cruising for cars in late February on Facebook Marketplace, and you get what you get. There ain't a whole heck of a lot out here. I mean, yeah, okay, we expanded the search. If you're willing to travel, there's a few more cars out here, and maybe we'll expand the search more so we can see a lot. But talk to you later, you guys. Take care.